Morning, y'all. Back at it again for another day, trying to just get something posted. I feel a little bit better today than I did the other day. Uh, some days are just a little harder than others, and that's what I was feeling the other day. It was definitely harder. I could definitely get by without posting a video, without doing something today, but I want to try to get in the habit of doing this. I know hardly nobody's watching these, so I guess it don't really matter. I want to be smooth and collected and put together, but I don't know. I'm just trying to stay in the habit, even though it feels like there ain't nothing going on. That's often the hard thing to do, is to keep going when it feels like nothing's changing. It's just like when you go to the gym, you want to see those results after the first week of going, and it's like nothing. And even after the second week, you feel like, dang, ain't nothing really changed. It's not until a month or 2 months down the road where you finally start to see a change. Just like growing a garden. We don't get to plop the seeds in the ground and then all of a sudden the next day up comes the plant and the harvest. It takes time, it takes effort, the watering, the weeding, the tending to the garden before there is a harvest. Speaking of gardens, I really want to get back on that this year and actually get a garden going, and it's so hard with everything going on and traveling and all the stuff that I've got on the calendar coming up, things that I want to get done, and having a three and a half year old running around keeping us pretty wide open. There's also other things that I want to do as far as potential for real estate investing, or fixing and flipping cars. There's a lot of things swirling around my mind right now as I try to plan and make a plan for the future. I think about William, my son. I think about what I want to leave him for the future. I wish that I had people that came before me that were able to leave me an inheritance, that were able to leave me something. Because I'll be honest, that's something that I wrestle with, is the fact that, granted, a lot of it is due to my own personal poor decisions. But it frustrates me at times that I did not have it easier, to be honest with you. I think a lot of us can relate to that, and it's frustrating when things aren't easy. But I know every time I think about that, I'm reminded of Jim Rohn, who says, don't wish for things to be easier. Wish to be better. And that's what I want to do. Because, man, life is not fair. And to be honest with you, we should all be thankful that life is not fair. Because if life was fair, man, we wouldn't have nothing. Because it's only by the grace of God and His mercy that we have anything. Because everything that we have comes from His hand. That's why one day every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that He is Lord. So I'm not going to complain about where I'm starting, if I feel like I'm behind the line or not, because I know that God is capable. God is able to make a change for me and my family. It's frustrating because I want it to be easy. But I know that I have to actually do the work. I'm reminded of The three servants, the three stewards who took their master's money. The two that invested and got a return, and the one that went and hid it in the ground. The two that invested, they took the chance. They made they took a risk. They made an investment to see a return. As where the last one didn't do anything. I mean, what skill does it take to go dig a hole and put some money in the ground and be like, hey, look, I still got what you gave me? And I think within that, there's actually a lot of lessons, but there's a few things that I want to focus on in that right now. Is the fact that God gives each of us something. And it's not the same as what he gives everybody else. To some he gives more, to some he gives less. All right, so there's rule number one. Life is not fair. But God gives to all. And it's up to us what we do with what God gives us. Right? And we have to steward what he gives us if we hope to see it grow. And there is risk in that. We could go and we could lose whatever he's entrusted to us. And that's why we need to seek and pray for wisdom in what we do. And part of the thing that I struggle with is I look at all these different options of all the different things that I could do, from real estate investing to do long-term rentals, to do short-term rentals, to fixing and flipping cars, to just investing in the market or indexes or specific stocks or crypto or whatever's hot right now. There's all of these different avenues that I could go through to do something. And I think a lot of the times my problem, I don't know about you, but my problem is I start thinking about all these different avenues to go down, and I don't pick one. I don't say, I'm going to go down this lane. I'm going to commit myself to this lane. I go, well, that looks pretty good. Oh, well, this looks pretty good too. Oh, well, what about that one over there? I mean, I could do that, or I could do that, or I could do this. And then I get decision fatigue, because it's real easy to stay in the planning stages of thinking, oh, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. Now, which one do I pick? And I don't think, yes, it matters to a degree, but picking something and moving forward and being wrong is better than not picking anything. I believe it's the Marines that have a saying that a bad decision made is better than no decision at all. And that's something that I'm wrestling with and continue to wrestle with, because I always overthink things. I think about, man, what's the market going to do? Where is the market headed right now? I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world with everything that's going on here in 2026. So is real estate a good investment? Is long-term rentals a good investment? Is short-term rentals a good investment? Should I stick to, trying to fix and flip cars and start small? I mean, should I just continue to invest in my 401k? But yeah, what kind of, should I pick up a side hustle? I mean, there's all these different things, these thoughts that spin through my mind over and over and over again. And I'm trying to battle against overthinking. Again, I don't know if anybody's getting value from this. The way the view count is going, not so much. But again, I think part of my hope is that this will be here in perpetuity one day for William to look back on. And son, if you watch this at some point in the future, I hope that some of these things will resonate with you, because I want what is best for you. Even while you're, almost 3.5, I want what is best for you. And I want to be able to provide for you. I want to be able to help set you on a solid foundation and to encourage you in the way that you should walk, to build you up to be a man of God. Because I know that I wish I had a father in my life that would have done that for me. I'm grateful for my grandfather and for the time that he invested in me. I'm grateful for your Nana and Papa who invest in you. But I don't know. I could keep on going in this video, but I think I'd just be rambling. I just know that I want to make a change. I want to do something that has a lasting impact. And I know that I need to pick a lane and go for it, even if I fail. But I know that if I do it and the Lord is with me, I will succeed. Just as reminded of Jacob working for Laban and how he changed his wages all those different times, and yet it says the Lord was with Jacob and he prospered because the Lord was with him. Even as Joseph was in the prison after being falsely accused by Potiphar's wife, the Lord was with him. Just like the Lord was with him when his brothers sold him into slavery. Because what his brothers meant for evil, God meant for good. That's part of what we got to do. We got to have some faith as we move forward. We have to have faith. And I think that's part of my problem too, is I'm lacking in faith. I keep thinking that it all depends on me and me making the right choice, me making the right decision, when it's really about trusting God and knowing that whatever happens is within His good, pleasing, and perfect will. So even though it might not feel good at the time, it is good, which is why James can say, consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance so that you may be mature and complete. The testing of your faith. And I feel like that's part of what God's doing to me right now, is testing my faith. And I want to push forward. There's a lot of things I want to do. And I'm going to try to continue to build up some consistency in posting, but I'm not going to beat myself up if I fall short. But I'm going to keep on persevering, because this is about building a legacy. This isn't a sprint. This is a marathon. So man, if you made it somehow, if you made it through all this rambling to the end of the video, man, it would mean so much to me if you would drop a comment, subscribe, and that would mean a lot to me, as I'm sitting here with currently 12 subscribers. I want to see what happens to this. So any encouragement would be greatly appreciated. Just remember, God refreshes those who refresh others. So, y'all be blessed. Let's make the world a better place. Till next time.